crank things up. Let's get to the pitch now in this best-of-5 quarterfinals as we have Essential Esports facing off with Air Esports here in the quarterfinals matchup.
Oh, and we are just kicking off a Summer of Awesome. And right out of the gate, look at the double tap from Leave to start off the Winner's Circle Summer Storm. What a beginning. What an opening goal here for Air Esports.
A double touch off the back wall. The defenders diving for it. Looked like they had a decent shot. But yeah, I mean, how appropriately named, right? They go directly to the air for Air Esports to kick things off. That's the strong start that you're looking for, as they'll try to continue that same route too, as that was a drawn-off kickoff play they were looking to direct towards net. They will eventually get it there, but it's cleared out of the zone, and Essential Esports finally a chance to breathe.
I think a chance to reset as well. Grab some resources. Void gets beat on the back end, and Air Esports are really threatening into the zone once again in that back third. Able to get control, clear it out, and Essential Esports trying to put something together, able to hold on to it through the zone. A great challenge, keeping it in, and allowing Essential some moments to try to put together an attack. They get a demo in that vein as well. Circling around to the middle, looking for a shot. That one gets deflected up high. Air Esports find the clear.
Go ahead, as you see Koa waiting back here defensively. That's a good challenge there at midfield. At 50-50 sent high, Dwax rather, trying to get it to a teammate. That'll be on the side wall. The shot taken, but we'll be off the mark. Luckily, Void's there to clean up the loose change there. Great passing play, and we're even at 1.
Oh, beautiful center off the wall. Cross right in the middle. Easy peasy there for Void, but it was that setup, that accuracy. Exactly what was needed, and tie goal. Essential Esports right back in this thing.
Yeah, and they are continuously, looking for opportunities. We saw it a little bit earlier as well, where Air Esports was, kind of hounding them a little bit, but their outlet passes have been a lot stronger here, and you see them both warming up and trying to figure out each other, because just because they played games, in the past couple of days doesn't necessarily mean that they faced off with one another. They still have to learn the tendencies of the other side, and currently both of them looking like they're up for the challenge, but so is Koa, as that one's far side, and Air Esports able to gain that lead directly back.
And it's a beautiful pass. It's that feedback. What a heads-up play. The first instinct would be to try to keep attacking the net, but the drop back to the open player to take the high accurate shot, take the high probability shot. Real smart play coming out of Air Esports, and it's giving them the lead.
It's going to try challenges again, trying to find that cushy lead, but the defense holds strong, and they will carry directly back out, as it'll be Prize. Wasn't able to get a touch here, but from the back wall to launch it all the way out. And is anybody back? No, they're not. That one's just going to bounce in. Koa caught them sleeping. And now Air Esports off to that 2-goal lead. And that's just great recognition that nobody's back. You can just launch it all the way the length of the pitch.
I mean, just to get the accuracy and the right amount of touch on that ball. Any harder, the ball clips the ceiling, and any less power, and it doesn't quite make it. And Essential's able to get behind it. So, I mean, it's a good read to catch that defense sleeping like that. But the perfect amount of touch, I find even more impressive.
Yeah, it was definitely strong recognition of where you could. Where you can catch them when they're not prepared, right? Catch them with their pants down, if you will. And so now
upside down on the wall,
Yeah, almost had it too. And Koa does send it a length of the box. Couldn't quite find that either, but we're back to it as this one will find the quarter of Air Esports.
Was able to protect that a little bit. It's a good challenge out of the corner there. Essential with the touch. Looks like they're just going to leave it, fall back, regroup, perhaps running out of resources. Want to get back in the rotation, but D-Wax gets beat up high. Good opportunity here, and Prize gets denied on the line. What a save out of Void.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity there for Essential to amp things up, really, and get that confidence rolling, because their defensive challenges have been rather lackluster, so to see a positive move there on the defensive side, good to see from Essential.
They're keeping the pressure on. And it was such a good look. Keep that up, and one's bound to go in here. Dwax gets beat to it, unfortunately. Nice touch from Air Esports to keep the ball moving forward and not allow Essential that opportunity they were so desperately wanting. Touch here, try to get back Prize, but over across the blue goal, it goes. Fighting, two in the corner, gets demoed. Koa's going to drop this ball into the middle. It's up to Panther to get it out. Manages to get it to Void, who finds the clear.
Void trying to find a teammate as well, but unfortunately there's nobody around. Air Esports, all three of them collapse at the same time, and they were able to get it over to Koa, who does turn. This one gonna bounce off the wall, but Void up very early in order to knock that one away. Unfortunately, it's right into the hands of Air Esports, and they'll start their offensive presence now, as Leaf was looking far aside, couldn't quite find Prize, and back on it is Essential to try to clear out, but they're still down 2 here with a minute left. They got some work to do.
Yeah, missing that touch is not good as well. Price is able to get a big clear, huge touch, and here comes Air trying to even tack on more goals. See if they can just put the nail in the coffin here of game 1. Leaf up top now will get solid contact. A moment for Dwax to get it out of there. 43 on the clock. Dwax with a good move. Gets over Prize. Looking for the extra touch. Has Void in the middle. But Koa gets it away from both of them. The Thief. And now to Leaf. And now the goal. That might just be the dagger.
Yeah, that's got to be it here in this game. Number 1, remember, long series in this best of 5, and, you know, that is definitely the strong start that Air Esports wanted. Essential was going goal for goal with Air a little bit earlier in this one, but they kind of ran away with this one. The momentum really swing in the favor of Air. They started off with some flashy plays here, Bull, and ever since then, they've really put it together fundamentally as well. So if Essential can't do anything to limit Air and their chances, it might be a difficult uphill best of 5 battle.
I mean, Leaf came out and set the tone early with that beautiful double tap in the first 10 seconds of the game, and Air never really let off the gas. I mean, huge save on the line, you know, when the score was a lot closer, and I think that just bolstered Air, and they have run away with it since. That was the last good opportunity we saw out of Essential Esports, and this has been one-way traffic. And this is going to be a 1-0 to start things off here in the quarterfinals of Air. For Air.
That's right. Yeah, Air was able to take this one, and they didn't let off. Essential had an opportunity there at the very end as well to get that last goal, which wouldn't have mattered when it comes to the Game 1 results, but what it would matter with is gaining a little bit of that momentum back for the next one. 2 goals apiece from Koa and from Leaf as well. 3 assists, though, from Prize on the bottom side. So even though he's not scoring goals, he's setting up his teammates very strongly, and that's one of the big reasons why they were able to take that one, because you gotta, you know, kind of settle into a role here in this best of 5, know what you're good at, and be able to perform when it matters most, your Bull, and that's what they were able to do just a little bit better than Essential. But now, you know, bouncing back in challenging Air, I don't think that'll be a struggle. I think they proved that they are capable of doing that based on the first 2 minutes of play, but they have to play that full 5 minutes. Otherwise, this one will favor Air for the next couple of games.
I mean, and the defense looked pretty solid out of Essential, all things considered, but they were just had to play so much of it. I mean, they got outshot 9-3. I mean, there was just overwhelming offense coming out of Air through that one. So I think what I would like to see out of Essential from going into Game 2 and going forward to try to turn it around is just a little bit more offensive pressure. I mean, I think that's what I'm going to be looking for here, moving forward, and see if they can turn those opportunities into shots on goal and start creating some chances in front of the net.
Yeah, those chances are everything, and you want those quality chances, and that's how you get them, right? Challenge the Bucks and really be a nuisance to them in that backside, because they've been allowing Air to get, well, to the air pretty quickly. So get in their faces, right? Don't let them start up in the air, you know, with all sorts of space. All that time to work with needs to go away. Now we'll put 5 minutes back on the clock here. Game number 2 underway here. Air Esports looking to build off what they were able to do in game number 1 for Essential. They'll look to bounce back here in an effort that will be crucial and a key turning point, because you don't want to go down 2-0 in this best of 5.
Certainly not. Reverse sweep is the last thing any team wants to face here. The quarterfinals start off the tournament. Essential looking a lot better already out of the gate. Denied Leaf that early look that found success in game 1. Essential able to dodge the first bullet. Good step 1. Moving forward. Leaf with the ball again, trying to press in. Didn't have a whole lot of help. Nice little sideways pass in the defensive zone from Essential, and they're able to get it out. Dwax diving in over the top. Yeah. Panthers able to scoop it up, though. Push it back in.
Yeah, it's right back to Dwax. Wilson one. Just a little bit wide of target, but Air Esports not taking any chances here as they'll play for Prize, and into the zone it goes. They'll dump and chase. Panther back out. This will play 50-50, but Koa won it clear, and Leaf has the angle, almost had it. But the short side post will catch it instead. It'll be Panther out of the zone, but so close to being able to convert it there for Air Esports already.
And Essential had an opportunity to drive forward. It just gets absolutely denied there by Air, stopped at the line, and Essential now back on the defense once again. Here's an up shot in the upper 90, just clips the crossbar, and Air Esports somehow just wondering how did that not go in.
Yeah, it was inches from being able to land that one, and Air's had the first couple of chances here too, but Essential launched it right back at Air. So going chance for chance. That one, though, will pinch all the way back. So a bit of ball luck here, a little bit of bounce luck there for Prize. D-Wax sent it towards him, and you just played at your angles whenever you're able to. Air Esports off to the strong 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that ball just got away from Dox just enough. What a read out of Prize to go up in the air and challenge Wax. Reading it, they came off the wall just a little too far. Koa looking to strike back here immediately. Really, I say strike back, add on, tally on another. Good move from Panther there. Striking into the other direction. A bouncing ball finds its way into the goal and Essential tied us up.
And I think that's what we're mentioning here between games 1 and 2, where you want to push it into the box, and even though you don't make contact, what you do is force the hand of the Air Esports defense to make a move, to make an effort to try and either guard the bounce or one of your personnel. And right there, you just saw it bounce, and they misread, thinking there was a touch available. Just throwing a curveball can work sometimes, and that's how Essential is back here, even at 1.
But even though that's exactly what we talked about in the break. Just put those opportunities in front of the net. And that's how you create chances. That's how you get goals. And at the halfway mark, Essential looking a lot better here in game 2. Nice touch from Panther to protect that midfield line, and we'll keep Essential in this orange zone. Void's got a chance here. Both Void and the defense missing that ball. Prize tried to get it out. We'll get stopped at the line.
Yeah, that was a dangerous situation to be in for Air Esports, and they haven't been there very often, so they need to get back to a clean gameplay. Now it'll be pushed forward, though. Essential, this one should be an open net. If they can get to it, they can easily. It'll be Void. That will give Essential Esports their first lead of the series.
What a steal for Panther. It's just a double commit from Air, and Panther beats both of them to the ball. A rare mistake out of Air Esports, and Essential's able to punish. 2-1, just over 2 minutes to go.
Oh, they kick off as well. Air Esports to push it forward. This will be a sus bounce there as Panther is left to try to dive for it, and Void right back on it themselves. Luckily for them, Air wasn't on it until now, as Leaf tried far side, ran out of boost there on the carry, but they're not done. You see Koa push the box as well. Panther tries to clear and leap back to it. You see Air Esports, they're now amping up that midfield presence that made them successful in game number 1. So you like to see them at least, organizing back together in this last minute and a half. They'll need a little bit more of it.
Aggressive play from the defense of Essential. Able to get the first initial touch, but now falling back up to Panther. Makes a good save there. A little desperate looking from Essential, but looks like they finally stabilize. Leaf's going to have an opportunity at this one. Drops to Prize. Prize shot will bounce off the crossbar. Rebound not there. Essential find the clear. It's Void in the air with this one. Just drive it down. Has Dwax down low. Koa's able to intercept. Pushes it back to midfield where Dwax is able to pick it up. Air ball won by Air Esports as they push in, looking for a tying goal with 55 seconds on the clock. Ball getting away from him, and Essential's able to find a clear.
Yeah, Wax was in a position where you needed to dive for it, and it was the perfect time because that's not typically where you jump from your rotation to get that touch, but had the presence of mind to jump up there defensively and make that save. Even though it was backwards and towards the net, it was at least over to the corner where your defense can pick up and jump to it. But now with this 30 seconds left here, ticking down, Air Esports finally in the compromising position as Essential Esports looks to even the series getting closer and closer to just that.
And they're continuing to put the pressure on offensively. Which is exactly what we wanted to see, and it's working out. They are denying possession from Air with precious seconds left on the clock. Nice move from Leaf. Gets over one, gets over both. Had a player in the middle, didn't even need it. Leaf ties the game with 12 seconds on the clock.
Talk about a timely goal and just perfect placement too. Void was back there. I'm not sure if he had boost in the tank or perhaps maybe just not positioned exactly where they needed to be, but didn't allow them a chance to jump up. And off the kickoff as well, an opportunity pushed back towards Panther. He's able to fight it off. Down to 5 seconds left. Up in the air is Prize to the top of the box. And this will allow Leaf to jump on it again. Up in the air he goes. Left for a teammate. This one will bounce, find the ground. We have ourselves overtime, Bull.
Ice in the veins of Dwax. There in the final moments, able to stay with Prize and hold them off for a 0-second goal. Give an opportunity in overtime. A good look there. Prizes returns the favor with a good defensive move. Pushes it out into the corner. Void up top over Prize. Pushes it into the zone. Panther already rotating back. Dwax is trying to come and meet him. At least makes contact with Leaf themselves. Ball does fall into the blue zone, and Air Esports looking for chances here. Koa over the top.
Oh, great
Good
recognition
protection
from Panther. Yeah, he was able to jump up from that crossbar. Holds onto it as well, but a miscue. It's in. Leaf will end it here for Air Esports to move up to 2-0. And after all of that work, 4 minutes and 48 seconds, Essential Esports were able to capture a lead, and it won't matter because Air comes back with 12 seconds left to even it, and Air Esports wins it in overtime to take the 2-0 lead in this series.
And to put Essential Esports in that unenviable position of having to get a reverse sweep if they want to move forward here in our opening tournament of the Winner's Circle SummerSlam and have keep progressing forward towards that $100 prize. Oh my, it was so close. 12 seconds. Talk about clutch. Holy cow. Air was looking good there. I mean, final 15 seconds, that was a completely different team.
It was. They came alive, and I was kind of calling it out about a minute left, or a minute 30, I believe it was, where they started to have that midfield presence. They kept pushing it back into the zone of Essential, and what Essential had to do was they had to play backwards towards their net, which is where they're uncomfortable playing. You know, when you play it to them, and they're able to launch, passes out of the zone, whether it be short, whether it be long, and find teammates, that's where they can actually do a little bit of damage. But Air was able to take that away by just staying there in midfield, being able to either challenge with the 50-50 if they were on it, or be able to just launch it back in if they gave away possession, which we saw a couple times late. So Essential doing a great job to, start off early, but it was Air that recognized that. Why are we differing our playstyle from what we saw in game number 1? What made us successful in game number 1, and off the bat here in game number 3, though, it's Essential Esports up 1-0 early.
And a reinvigorating goal, no doubt, as Essential Esports had to feel a little heartbroken after that loss of game 2, but it's Dwax breathing life back into the team. Tell them we are not done yet. This series is certainly not over, and what an important goal here to kick off Game 3.
It is absolutely crucial. Obviously, it's do or die for Essential, but at the same time for Air Esports, should they advance to the next round by sweep, that's just showing, your next opponent and forward that you mean business, and it's going to be a tough matchup no matter who you go up against. We talked about the talent that we might see here, and Leaf knows it. Back out early to equalize this one at 1. So Air hasn't lost a step from what they showed in the first 2 games.
Overwhelming presence on that near post. I mean, that was just a pure crash from Air Esports. It's Leaf who comes with the goal, their 5th of the series. But anybody from the Air Esports squad could have gotten that. Koa had the great move to push it towards the net and start the pressure there in the final moments of that play. Beautiful teamwork out of Air Esports and a well-deserved tying goal.
Yeah. Earned every little bit of it, too, with that temper and ability to create those chances we've seen. Air's been the better team in those regards. Essential has been more timely in some instances, although the last 12 seconds of the last one would prove otherwise. And Air still proving that they can create chances as they take the 2-1 lead here less than a minute in. Prize with a great setup, launch it off the crossbar, and a good read there from Koa to just crash the box in a timely manner as well to give Air the 2-1 lead.
That read from Prize was unreal. That was some crystal ball action right there. Just sensing the future and getting exactly where they needed to be. Really deserved the goal themselves, but teamwork is there to get it done, and the dream is certainly alive for Air Esports to complete this sweep. 2 in a row here. Essential Esports, they need a goal, and it can't help but feel like they need it quickly. Otherwise, this one's going to get away from them.
Yeah, this one could feel a little bit rough, right? It feels like you're chasing the game because time will move a lot quicker when you're down. And so you don't want to feel like you're chasing. The best way is a quick answer. Now, a kickoff goal, obviously ideal, but that ship has sailed. They will get the next opportunity here as possession will go to Dwax and it moves it out. But look at that challenge early, catching them by surprise. And when they do that, they've been really forcing the hit of Essential. They've been on their heels here almost exclusively, as Panther can't get to that one either because he's been boost starved.
Oh, Void's going to lose control of this one off the wall. Teammate does come in and gets an extra touch, but doesn't go far. Prize is able to get the pass down. Almost got the one-timer back to him, if not for some heads-up play from Dwax. That was looking like a 3-1 favor in Air Esports. Void now going back the other way. Wins the 50 against Leaf. Good shot there. That one's denied. Leaf gets back to protect that upper 90, and will find the clear out of the zone.
Man, that read was very Essential. We said Essential needs to have, a good challenging opportunity there, and unfortunately it happened, but Air Esports shut it down, right? And that was perfect. That'll keep Essential chasing in this one as Air continues with this 2-1 lead. We'll push back into it, but Essential right back on it here. Void left with some room. It'll be Dwax as well. We'll beat Leaf to it. Now it's an opportunity. Has choices, and Lex to just pull it back down. That was the right opportunity to try and get the defense chasing, and you see they're able to keep possession here as well.
And it's that patience we saw rewarded earlier in the series. Essential need a reward right now. That one's going to get blocked by Colo. Goes to the outside wall. Void screaming back in, looking to beat the defense. Does. Into the corner goes Void. Will create another shot. Drax goes up high. Anybody else there? No. Ball was just going to roll out. Give me a battle in the corner for it. A miss. We'll leave an opportunity for Air to clear, but Dwax is right there to keep it in. Big battle in front of the goal. Ball rolls back into the blue zone. Both teams slow down.
Do want to be very methodical here. That demo on front will clear plenty of space, though. Panther tries to jump out, too, but unfortunately, all members of Essential Esports were a little bit too far forward. They're not allowed the chance to get an opportunity there after a big bump, and in fact, the other way, the touch wasn't quite there from Prize. Otherwise, that would have been their prize, and would have been able to put this away for the most part here, because that would have been a very tough pill to swallow here for Essential. Instead, they'll have additional opportunities. Void out to center field, but leaves it again. Prize back in the zone, just trying to kill time at this point.
Oh, I've been really impressed with Essential's defense through this. Panther has been outstanding on that backboard. This would be a much different scoreline if not for their prowess in that defense. But still lacking one goal here to push us forward into a game 4. Air Esports just needs to hang on. They don't need to score. They just need to maintain possession. Good touch for Panther here. Dwax might get an opportunity. Leaf's going to steal it away. Panther tries to race up at Prize beats him to the punch.
Oh, my.
And
speed.
we'll get that one. Oh, no.
Unfortunate. And that will be a very, very tough one for Essential, as Air will make it a 3-1 lead. That cushion ever so important, and that speed was why. Essential, they felt like they needed to press up, and I think it was a little bit too soon. Maybe if you're down 2, down 3, that's when you send everybody. Instead, they're going to find themselves pushing even harder now. I thought they were playing very well. I thought they were creating chances. They just needed to play their style of play for a little bit longer before pressing up. Instead, we're down to the last 13 seconds left in Air, about to close it out.
It would certainly take a miracle at this point. The ball's in front of the blue net. Panthers having to respawn with barely any boost. This one is done and dusted. Air Esports with a dominant showing here in the quarterfinals and making a statement to the remaining team in the top 4.
That's right. We talked about it. The 3-0 is going to feel really strong, right? You can strong-arm your opponents to some degree. Definitely bragging rights as well. Look as everybody gets on the board. Number 1, everybody a goal on Team Air, right? Leaf, Koa, and Prize.